I got one suggestion that I'm too loud, one suggestion that I'm not loud enough. So I apologize for that. Thank you for coming to the 2018 Members General Meeting of the Pinehurst Country Club. I'm Gary Stroll, the President of the Board of Governors, and I'm calling the meeting to order. This won't be a long meeting. I'm going to turn it over to Ben Bridgers and Matt Massey very quickly. But before we do that, I have a couple of board things to talk to you about. The meeting, I believe, is being recorded, so perhaps you'll be able to read it or view it later, but I'm not certain of that. It is on live feed in the room next door. First, we're going to talk about the Board of Governors very briefly. We're going to honor 3 outgoing governors who served quite some time, each of them, on the board. And then 2 of them are leaving effective right now because their terms expired, and one of them generously left early because he had a health issue and didn't feel he was going to be able to serve and suggested we put in someone else in his place, and we did. So thank you very much for that. So those 3 governors are, first of all, Jay Carruthers. Please stand. Jay served admirably on the board for almost 6 full years, chaired many committees, handled many projects, had previous experience with the number 7 organization board over there. Has given immensely to the country club. So thank you very much. In his honor, the country club will send a donation to the Tin Whistle Education and Research Fund, which is known here as TWRF, run by the Tin Whistles. The second retiring governor is Mary Pappas. Mary likewise served for 6 years and again chaired many committees, handled many projects, did many things, offered many suggestions, and we'll miss her. Her donation will be given to the Gibbon Memorial Library and the Tufts Archives from the Pinehurst Country Club. And finally, the third outgoing governor, Stephanie Stokes, right here. Probably the newest member of the country club that is on the board of these folks, but she stepped up quickly and took charge on several things and did a great job, and was a big help to all of us. So thank you 3 all very much. We appreciate it. We have 3 incoming new governors to take their spots. The first one is Betsy Mitchell. Betsy actually started a bit early because Jay resigned last year, so Betsy is finishing that unfinished term and is just starting her new term right now. Thank you very much, Betsy, for contributing. David Collins. Brand new to the Board of Governors, and we're anxious to get him to work. So if you have any suggestions for him, please let me know. And third, certainly not least, but last, Joe McCullough, new to the board. Joe has served on the House Committee for a number of years and been a contributor for quite a while. Don't sit down, Joe. And he has taken part in the Pinehurst Board of Governors Employee Christmas Fund and has a brief word to tell you about that right now.
Okay. So as most of you know, the 2018 member-driven employee holiday fund is underway. While we won't have final totals for this year's drive until later this week, the early indications are this will be a very good year. We want to thank those members who have already contributed to the fund and encourage those who have not contributed to consider doing so at this time. We will continue to take contributions until the end of this week. The donation forms and boxes are here at the main club, number 6, number 7, number 9, and the tennis and fitness centers will remain in place for you to use until the drive ends at the end of the week. Thank you.
As a member of the House Committee, Joe worked long and hard on that whole plan, so we were pleased about what he's done, and the employees, you'll hear later, are also pleased. But we have 3 other governors on the Board of Governors besides myself. We have Mike Pierce, Both of them are in their third and final year of their first term, but they can stand for re-election again next year, and we're counting on that because they both had a lot of valuable experience and knowledge to our little team. Thank you very much. Finally, we have one call for service, and I'm going to let Mike Fusselbaugh speak a bit about that. You want to come up here? Or do you want to take the mic in here?
Thank you. As you probably have seen in the member minute, over the last 3 or 4 months, the board has been asking all members if you would like to join one of our 6 standing committees. We want to make that very open. Sometimes we feel like only certain people get invited to certain things, but this is wide open. We need about 40 volunteers in order to run these committees in at-large spots. Some committees have a few spots that are required because of the type of activity they're involved in, but we have a lot of opportunities. And in the back corner on the shelf there are some applications to let us know that you'd like to be involved in some way with one of the committees or multiple committees. Also on the members' website, under the Board of Governors section, all of the committee applications are posted there, the description of what each committee does, and a description of what is the responsibility of a committee member is explained there. So we hope that will encourage all members to consider joining a committee and getting involved, bringing your talents and your time and your new ideas to make this a better club. Thank you.
Mike's right. He and Steve Griswold worked hard to put that program together that manifests itself in the applications that are in the back and the information that's on the website. It really works pretty well. So if you have any interest, any passion, any suggestions, please get one of those forms and send it in, and we'll be back in touch with you straight away. He's right. We need lots of volunteers that are ready to step up and help. I have one more thing, and this is a fun one. The Board of Governors has an optional award that can be given out each year. It's called the Special Recognition Award, and it goes to a member. And let me just read briefly. This won't take long. The nominee should have a background in volunteering at PCC events or activities while demonstrating extraordinary commitment in support of the membership. Integral to the selection of that award is that the award recognizes ideals and practices of previous award recipients. Those names are up in the hallway downstairs. The traits of friendly public service and inspiration to fellow workers. So with that in mind, we considered several suggestions to have a member be awarded the Special Recognition Award, and I'd like to ask Jake Carruthers to step up. Awarded a prize in the amount of a gift card that he can spend here at Pinehurst. But the honor in having his name up in the lobby downstairs is what we all praise him for. So, so thank you all again for coming. At this point in time, I'm going to turn the microphone over to Matt Massey, who is the Vice President of the Pinehurst Resort and Country Club, and he'll address you.
Thank you, Gary. Congratulations, Jay. Well deserved. That's awesome. As Gary said, I'm Matt Massey. I'm the Executive Vice President here at the Pinehurst Resort and Country Club, and I'm coming back to Pinehurst. I'm not sure if you know, I've spent 15 years here, from 1991 to 2006 in various roles. And so when I got the opportunity to discuss with folks, the leadership team here, about coming back, it was heartfelt, and it was not an easy decision to make, but it was the right decision. So I'm so glad to be back. I really appreciate all the warm welcomes I've gotten over the last several months from a lot of you, a lot of old friends and members that have been around. I started in 1991 at number 7, so I know I've seen a lot of old number 7 members that are still here. So it's been great to come back. I've admired what has been going on here over the last 5, 6, 7 years. Been able to come back quite a bit. My youngest son plays in a lot of golf tournaments, and I tell you, the commitment and the reinvestment that's gone on in the country club over the last several years has been remarkable. You know, watching the pool get built, seeing the renovations to Laddie's Court and Payne's Pub, it was refreshing. And one of the neatest things that I've seen in coming back is that is the membership, and that there is a true, much more of a club feel here, and it's so refreshing. It's wonderful to see and now to be a part of it again. And so I'm just so thankful to be back, and really look forward to working with the board and all of the committees, and as importantly with an incredible team, you know, led by Ben Bridgers and his club staff. They are hardworking, and they are y'all's biggest advocates, I can tell you that. Ben and his entire team really support the club and want to continue to support the club and see the club continue to thrive and grow. So I really look forward to working closely with Ben for years to come. So just wanted to get up and say hello and thank you for the warm welcome. And Ben's got a lot of information to share with y'all, and so I'll now call Ben Bridgers up to the podium. Thank you.
Thanks, Matt, and good evening, everyone. I do apologize, I'm a bit under the weather, but I think we'll be able to make it through. So before I get started, like Matt said, I've got a great team of department heads. Most are probably in the room, some of them are working, but Nancy Sadler, Cole Styles. Cole, I probably should have done you first before Nancy. Matt Downing, Holly, Jessica Cunningham, I'm sure she's here. Bella Ventola, who does a fantastic job. I know Bob Perrin is back in the back. Matt Barstow, we really appreciate everything that they do for us. I can tell you right now that the golf course conditioning, Bob and Kevin and John and their team, I don't think I've never seen it as good, all 9 courses as it is right now. So Bob, thank you, and Kevin and the team. Well, 2018, what a year it's been. The Cradle, the Brewing Company, course number 4. You know, I don't think anybody ever thought we'd do 36,000 rounds on the Cradle, but what a fabulous addition. What a fabulous addition for the members, the families, the resort. I mean, it's really a lot of fun watching the camaraderie and the sportsmanship out there. So I hope all of you in this room are enjoying it as much as we are. The Brewing Company, I know most of you have probably seen the Brewing Company, or hopefully you've seen it. What a fabulous building. You know, 10 years ago, I think they had talked about selling the building off, and now look what it's become. So a great addition to, you know, it's the old, you know, power the old steam plant in the village. So another sign of the commitment for Mr. Devon and what his passion is Pinehurst. If you can't tell, he loves this place. Course 4, I know it's a big topic, to say the least, but you know, I think for what it is, what Gil has added to what this will do and the Cradle and number 4, just a fantastic addition to you know, to what we are offering here at Pinehurst. I know from a membership perspective, we asked for your feedback and you've given it to us, and we appreciate that. As you all know, we've got the U.S. Amateur on 2 and 4 coming up in August, so August 9th through the 19th. So we've heard you. We're going to get to that U.S. Amateur, and then we'll try to reassess that situation. I know we're working on pace of play, we're working on some other teeing grounds and things like that, but we just ask you for your patience through that. Mid-year survey. I know that was a big laugh amongst everyone. Why are you sending out a survey in 2017 or 2018 for 2017? We know we should have sent it out a little bit earlier, but we didn't. You know, we had a transition in leadership. You know, it's great to have Matt back. He's a friend, and he is an advocate for the country club as well. So it's been fantastic working with him, and you know, seeing what he saw back then, and then now what we've got in the future. But you know, we had a lot of comments about food and beverage in regards to the survey. We had over 250 I would say opportunities, not negative, but opportunities. So what we're going to do, and I don't know if Jessica's in the room, but if you have not met Jessica Cunningham, Jessica's our new food and beverage manager. She's a friend of mine. We go way back, and she's done a fantastic job. We actually have a food and beverage team. You know, Chef Doug Knopp does a fantastic job, but those two together are really going to make it. We will see a difference in the surveys when it comes. We'll do the next surveys in January. So, but we will see an improvement there in regards to service and then also food quality. So, thank you for your patience through that. You know, it's been a little bit of a struggle, but we are definitely making some strides there. Long range planning. I'm not sure if everybody in the room is on our website or our application or any of that, but we had a long range planning document. And I worked with Jim Hart and Gary and the board to take that document off, and we're going to reassess some of those things before we put something out. We didn't want to have something outdated. I know we'll get questions about number 6 and the beach club and different things. You know, the first thing, I mean, if you've been to number 9 Clubhouse, we are aware of the issues there. We've got some water intrusion issues. I know some of the old national members would know that, but we're going to address those issues pretty quickly, you know, just to kind of get started, and then we'll probably do some major renovations closer to the end of next year. I don't want to put a date on it, but I just want everybody to be aware that we're aware of the issues. We had a study done, and we're going to work diligently to improve that offering for you. The Beach Club, Pinehurst Lake. I know a lot of folks in the room. We've worked together in regards to meetings and trying to figure out where we're going to be. You know, we had original plans to have a full-blown restaurant at the lake, and unfortunately, that's not going to come to fruition. But we are going to have a food option out there for you in the summer of 19. It will be an upgrade from what we offered. You know, we've had some other projects going on, and quite frankly, you know, we wanted to make sure if we were going to do it, we were going to get it right. And we feel like right now that this is the correct way to go. And, you know, I wish I had a drawing for you, but I don't. Plans have changed. We put together a pro forma, and it just, you know, it just did not work out as well as we may have liked. So I'm sure some of you in the room or some of you that live in the lake will be a little disappointed, but I really do believe it's going to be a big improvement. We won't start seeing any more construction until probably the first of the year, but we're ready and ready to go on it. So, you know, those two things are big things in regards to the long-range planning. So, another issue, or not, I guess not really an issue, but an opportunity. I think, you know, I was here. I started in April of 2013, and we rolled out the online tea time system, and you know, I really believe that it's gone really, really well. I know there's some issues. Anytime you have technology, there are going to be issues. So, but I think we've done a really good job coming along in the world, and we too wish we had, you know, one system that talked, and we just don't. But I do have some good news for you. As opposed to staying up till midnight, you should be able to stay up only until 11 o'clock tonight. So we're gonna make that change this evening and see how it works. Some of you may be upset because you go to sleep at 8:30, you wake up for midnight, or vice versa. But that's gonna, you know, like I said, the system has been very successful for us. And we're going to move it an hour, we're moving an hour up and try that out and then see how it works. And then if we need to do something in the future, but, you know, I think after 5 years it's time to try it. So we're going to try it. You know, again, I think Nancy and Bella earlier, but, you know, I think our focus really with the board and the communications committee, Stephanie, and a lot of the members really, you know, as a club manager, golf professional, no matter who you are, you always struggle communicating to all the different kinds of members that you have. And so this year we added the application where you can book tea times, and it should be, I feel like it's much quicker. You know, obviously, you know, sometimes we want to print newsletters and different things like that, so we're still working through it, but Bella Ventola and Nancy have done a fabulous job. You know, Stephanie does a great job keeping us, you know, up to date on what members are asking for, and, you know, it's really been a focus. We want to get everybody on the membership on the website. It's just going to drive us traffic. So if you're not on there, please do to get on the website and get on the app. I think you'll really enjoy it. Let's see, dining card. So if you're not, everybody here probably calls it the red card. So red card, we are going to allow all membership categories to join the red card. If you have not seen that, we rolled it out on Thursday's Member Minute. The first two, obviously we've got a large amount of social members, so we're going to have the first 250 social members to join will be allowed to join, and we'll cap it there, see how it affects our restaurants, and then move forward. In regards to our new membership staff structure, obviously when Jay left, Anna left as well over at number 9, and some of you have probably met Brian Metter, who's our new membership director. He's back in the back there. He took over for Dan Purdy, has done a fantastic job. Brian and I worked together at Club Corps. I recruited him to come here. He's a golfer, he knows golf, and has done a great job so far, just kind of filling in and rolling in. Him and Dan Purdy are actually really good friends, and so he knew a lot about Pinehurst. It was a dream for him to come to Pinehurst. So, we have a lot of people like that it's their dream to be here. They're very passionate about what they do, and it's great to have someone like Brian. We did transition the role for Anna over at number 9. One of our focuses is we want to make things easier. This is a big place. There's a lot of things going on. It's hard to communicate. We're trying to make everything easier. If you're a dining car member and you're a cart club member, you don't have to pay the trail fee at number 8. I mean, that confuses me. So, we're working on, and we hear you. One of the great things, and I tell Nancy this all the time, when I became club manager, knowing Nancy Sue, the membership, it really helped my transition. And being a director of golf, I knew exactly some of the issues that were going on. So what I'm telling you is we're trying to attack those issues. We hired Brian, an assistant, Michael Place, and he's going to be working with new member events, member retention events, and different things. So our next one's January 14th at the spa. We had one on the cradle, and so we're just going to do those things, and it just helps. Mike actually interned for us in 2013 in the golf operation team, so he's familiar with golf. He's just familiar with Pinehurst, and is happy to be here. So I'd like to welcome Brian and Michael and thank them for being part of the team. Membership opportunity. I know some of the folks in the room travel and play golf at other Club Corps facilities. We're lucky that we're still part of the Club Corps network, so to speak. So starting in January, you have an opportunity to upgrade to their signature gold open enrollment. So if anybody would be interested, Brian and Mike can talk about that for you. Normally Club Corps charges $5,000 a membership to do that. I know it sounds outrageous, but that's what it is. So if you're interested, please talk to Brian or Gina or someone in the membership office for that opportunity. All right, next up we've got the U.S. Amateur 2019. We're obviously very excited to host that championship. We've got a fantastic tournament director here at Pinehurst, Brian Fahey. I know most of you know Brian. Brian is also our championship manager here for the Pinehurst in regards to the U.S. Amateur, and does a fantastic job. Brian's coming up on his 10th year at Pinehurst next year, so we're glad to have him. But I'm going to have Brian come up and talk to you a little bit about the U.S. Amateur, and then I'll get back up. So thank you, Brian.
Thank you, Ben. It's a little hard to believe. Just 2 years ago, I was sitting up here at the same exact meeting, and we were talking about the U.S. Floorball Championship. Very successful event, thanks to many of you in this room. And obviously at that time, we were still talking about the future events to come, and here we are. We got the 2019 or the 119th U.S. Amateur on deck next for us, and we're looking forward to an exciting event. And then sure enough, probably in another 3-4 years, hopefully we'll be up here again, and we'll be talking again about the U.S. Open that we're going to be hosting in 2024. So obviously exciting time to be here. This is what drives me here at Pinehurst. As Ben talks about, the passion we have for Pinehurst, and for me it's the championships and the events that we do here, both with the members and obviously the championships. But before we get too much further, do have a couple videos here for you as we get ready for the U.S. Amateur.
Can you imagine your name is on Hammer Trophy was Bobby Jones, Arnold Palmer, Jack Nicklaus. I could go on, but that's a pretty good start. This is amazing. This is a dream come true.
Pretty much the top 2 or 3 best players in the world that ever play this game around there. It always puts a smile on my face that I'm going to join them and no one can take it away from me. When I look back at trophies that I've won, my kids will ask me, Daddy, which one do you cherish the most? Well, with the U.S. Amateurs.
I had a great time with Phil and all these great players in the history of golf.
That's a spot on the Hammer Trophy alongside all those great names.
I woke up one morning and I was right above my bed and turned around and looked at it. The name that stuck out to me is Francis Wilmette. And seeing his name on there is very special.
I first qualified for the Annual in 1955. I was 15 years old. I first met Bob Jones at that time. He spoke at our banquet that evening. The U.S. Amateur became something very special to me.
I take tremendous pride in being a former amateur champ, and I put it as highest regards in any other tournament I've ever won.
This is the U.S. Amateur Championship. This is the ultimate here. And if you're not a top amateur, unless you're going to U.S. Amateur. That's just the bottom line.
It's a physical test, it's a mental test, it's one of those things where you get to see how you really stack up.
When I won, it gave me the confidence in my game that I needed to go on and go.
We don't get this opportunity to play for a national crown very often. And when that opportunity comes, it should feel special that you have a chance to win our nation's title.
U.S. Amateur Championships.
For the amateurs, I mean, U.S. Amateur is the biggest tournament there is. Until the day I die, they can always announce me as the U.S. Amateur champion.
Being a past U.S. Amateur champion, I understand how important that event is to the world of amateur golf, and to have it here at Pinehurst in 2019 is just exactly what the event needs. And you know, the committee chairs and all the volunteers will be, you know, they're so behind the event, and the club and the resort. It just couldn't be a better venue for the U.S. Amateur Championship. I know what it meant to me to be a U.S. Amateur champion, and to have it here, and that, you know, when they crown that champion in 2019, they will really have accomplished something, and it'll be something they'll remember for the rest of their lives.
I'd just like to really give out big thanks to all the volunteers that make the USAM possible. You know, it's the best tournament in the world, and it wouldn't be what it is without all the volunteers helping the tournament run smoothly and really make it what it is. So once again, just thank you guys very much.
Well, there's really no way we could host these national championships if it weren't for the volunteers. And these are volunteers that really have a pride in the village of Pinehurst and everything that we're doing here in the golf business. So I can't thank Larry and all the volunteers enough for really going above and beyond and making it special to be able to allow us to host a national championship. I think that the history of Pinehurst and what it's done for amateur golf throughout the entire, since the beginning, and the importance, obviously, the creed of Richard Tufts, the amateur creed, you think it's really a special part of our history and something we want to protect and preserve and enhance for the future. And so having the honor to be able to work with the USGA and host the U.S. Amateur Championship again, it's special, and we appreciate everybody being a part of that.
All right, so you can see what the U.S. Amateur means, not only to the players, but to you as well. And hopefully, again, the idea behind that was to kind of get everybody a little excited about it and get amped up for it. We call that a little sizzle video, so hopefully delivered on that. But obviously, we've got a really big year in 2019, and we need all of your help to volunteer. The U.S. Amateur itself, we're looking at 800 to 1,000 volunteers that we're going to need, and I know that Pinehurst Country Club and the community will deliver in that. But obviously, with that being said, we can't do that without a strong team. So standing around the room this evening is our team of committee chairs, and I'll quickly do just a quick introduction of them. On my right-hand side, we've got Dave Kilpatrick, who's going to be our vice chair of on-course operations. Steve Griswold will be our marshals chair. Bill Beagle, supply and ecology. Ken Brown, evacuation. Jack Bickart, practice areas. Debbie Leedy, volunteer services. Mr. Ron Crow, as many of you know, unfortunately could not be here today, but Ron Crow is our chairman emeritus. On my left side over here, we got Mike McKittrick, who will be our vice chairman for competitive services, which includes Bob Eater, our walking scores, Roy Cox, scoreboard and status boards, Sandy Stackman, standard bearers, Bruce Atkinson, shuttles, Richard Means, fan services, Betsy Mitchell, volunteer communications, and in the back center, Larry McWayne will be our general chairman. So give those folks a round of applause for working. If you have any questions about volunteering, those are the folks to look to if you're looking for questions or answers. We will be in this room for the remainder of the evening and out in the foyer out there as well. Many of you should have received, all of you should have received an email at about 6 p.m. In that email is outlining the details of how you can become a volunteer. In addition to becoming a volunteer, the other information we'll provide you is ticket information as well. As a volunteer, you will receive your credential, gives you access to the facility or to the grounds during the championship. So it's certainly a great way to get involved and also have access to the grounds. For some reason you choose not to volunteer, although we do need many of you. There are some ticket options. In the front of the room, my right-hand side here, we do have some of the components of that volunteer package that'll be available to you. So if you have any questions on that or would like to come up and look at the merchandise we have up there, volunteers will be provided 2 shirts, their choice of cap or hat. They'll get a water bottle, a very nice corpuscle water bottle, in addition to the fancy ice cube tray that goes along with that, the drawstring bag, and you'll have some options to purchase some additional items as well. But I think what we got for you is our volunteer committee team is going to be handing out some information on each of the committees for you in case you do have any questions about volunteering. As I did mention, ticket sales. In that email, there's a member exclusive ticket offer. That offer is $100 for a weekly ticket. That ticket there gives you access to the clubhouse, to Laddie's Court, Payne's Pub, and the veranda. So certainly a great opportunity to view some of the golf from the club, and that will be the only access. General admission tickets do not get you access to the clubhouse, so if you're looking for access to the clubhouse, that member ticket exclusive offer is going to be your way to go. Since it is the holidays, 'tis the season, we are running a special on all tickets, both general admission and the member exclusive offer is a buy one, get one free until January 2nd. So if that's something you want to do, make sure you purchase those before January 2nd. You can get the member exclusive ticket offer, buy one, get one, or the general admission tickets as well. So I won't take up too much of your time. All that information should be delivered to you via email. It will be on our members website, so you can always go to it there, or certainly stop down and see me at any time. I'm happy to answer any questions you may have. Finally, up here we do have the Havermeyer Trophy, which is something that the champion next year will be crowned with and have his name engraved on that. That'll be up here this evening as well. So if you want to come up close and look at it or get your picture with the trophy, certainly hope you get a chance to do that, come up as well. But again, thank you so much. Hopefully we'll see you out there. We do need a lot of help next year, not in addition to the amateur, but across the board. We've got 2 other USGA events in the area. And part of the reason why Pinehurst comes and does all these events here is because of you, because of the support of the community and the community that it gives it. This is a golfing community. Everybody here, for the most part, they're golfing nuts. So we need your support as much as possible next year. Tell your neighbors, tell your friends, bring your friends from out of town, have them get involved, and we hope to see you out this summer at the US Amateur. Thank you.
Thank you, Larry, Brian, and all the volunteers. Like Brian said, we could not do these championships without all of you. Also like to give a thanks to all of the members that volunteered for the recent LPGA Q School. What a fantastic event to be able to say that we hosted that. We just had some fantastic past North-South champions. Allison Lee, who made a hole in one out there at number 6. She won the North-South in 2015, I believe. So it's great to see those. Lori Beth Adams, who finished 2nd, also qualified and received her tour card. So a lot of the volunteers, the committee chairs volunteered for that, and for that we thank you. the Board of Governors and the membership committee, thank you all for your friendship and what you do for our club, and especially for the holiday fund efforts. You know, it's, again, we have a lot of employees here that mean a lot. You know, they mean a lot to us, but they also mean a lot to you all. And I know, thank you from the bottom of my heart for assisting them. You know, the Thomases, the Bobbins, the Bobbies, the Larry and Frolins, you know, the housekeepers, Tammy, they just do a fantastic job for us. So thank you all for your support with that. And Joe and Mike and the team, they did a great job. Of Mike Rosberg, thank you, because, you know, we put videos together, and again, you're seeing that, you know, you're seeing the value in that, and for that we thank you. So we did update the rules and regulations on the website this year. The plan for the rules and regulations would be, we wanted to get something in place for you. We'll update those again in 2019, and then we'll do every couple years. So if you have any questions regarding that, please review those. Send them to me or the Gary Stroll. You want to send them to you, Gary Stroll? Gary needs some emails. Just wanted to remind you of those, and at this point in time, I'll open up the floor for comments or questions. And we've got a couple mics up here. Cole's going to come up and pass out, but if you just raise your hand, Cole will try to get to you pretty quickly, and we'll try to do our best to answer the best we can. Got one in the back there, back left, Cole.
I got a question. I'm a single member. Is there any thoughts of giving us a little bit of a break on the meal plan? I don't have a wife to bring. Can I bring somebody and get a meal discount on it? I'm paying the same price, getting half the perk.
Great question, and thank you. I'll be honest with you. So since Jay left, you know, I've took a hard look at all of our membership categories, and Matt and I have talked at length about what is the best thing for all of our categories, not just a single membership for dining, a single membership, is it a classic membership down the road. So I don't have the answer for you right now when it will happen or if it will happen, but what I will tell you, and I know some of you in the room, but we have had some conversations, but we're going to look at all of our categories. We're going to look at stats from where our members play. We're going to look at where they eat, and we're going to do our best to put the membership categories exactly where they need to be and how they need to be. Be patient with us. I think most of you in the room know how passionate I am about Pinehurst Country Club and the membership here. So we're going to look at it from all angles and figure out what's best for everyone.
Bob Sargent. Maybe this is not the right time to ask this, but has any thought or will there be any thought given to a shelter for the guys at 3 and 5 starting?
Yes, there is. Well, we've looked at it a couple different ways. So, you know, 6, 7, and 8, and 9 do not have outside. You know, we don't use outside out there. But we do know that it's not the Pinehurst way to not have a shack out there. We would like to. You know, one of the things we want to do is we want to make sure we got the cradle right. And we've done that, and that shelter has we added music, we've added a lot of bags, different things in there. So, you know, we've definitely priced out what it would cost to do it, but I don't have a plan on when it will happen or if it will happen at this point in time. But yes, we have thought about it, and it's definitely on our minds.
Question. If there are any plans for renovation of the ladies' locker room in the main club?
You mean downstairs, correct? Okay, so basically what we'd like to do, this was in the long-range planning. is we would like to, we've obviously done the resort locker room, the men's over there, and the women's are being done right now. We've got the member shop, which technically is disconnected from the club. You know, it's out by the Don Padgett Learning Center. It's been in the long range planning. I know Jay and I talked about it, and Matt and I have talked about it as well, but we would like to renovate the entire downstairs. And when we do that, it would be men's, women's, activities room, kind of give it a different feel. Membership offices, I mean, you know, for a place that does as much membership as we do, we obviously know it needs to be updated. So to answer your question, it is on our minds. Will it happen? I don't know when, but I do believe it will, yes. Yes, I do.
So my question is about the electric trolleys for number 4. Last year you said that we were going to have them, and now we're not doing them, and I was wondering why.
So, great question. You know, one of the things that we, you know, obviously pull carts has been a delicate subject at Pinehurst Country Club. So, I'm happy to say that we do have something. You know, when we looked at the sand and the turf areas there, will that automatic one work or the electronic one work in wood? You know, the fee on that is pretty significant compared to just having a regular trolley. I've talked to, so Club Car purchased that company. We actually work with EasyGo. But, you know, there is still some conversation about it. I do like that option, but at this time we're not going to do anything at this current time.
I think if I took a survey around this room, there wouldn't be too many people who think that driving range is a very good idea. Never have I been in a driving range where you practice hitting into a bunker or a waste area. And is there any plans to even try and fix that? I don't know who had that idea that would be a good idea, that you could not see where your ball lands and you just have these posts up there as a target area.
Can I have a no comment? Is that an option? Matt and I talked about this earlier, but you know, we have heard that. You know, it's one of the things. You know, there's not a lot of grass up there as well in regards to the turf, and obviously we've got the 19 U.S. Amateurs, so we're hoping to get that back on track next year. There has not been a talk or any discussion about changing the way it looks now, but I hear you, Brian, and we appreciate it, and I'm sure that Matt and I will discuss it and see if there's, you know, a way, you know, if there's any changes. I do agree with you as a golfer. It's hard to see how far your ball is going. You know, we tried to put the markers in a certain spot. Now, would you say it's from the members range you'd rather see it, or would it be from the top range, or both? Okay.
Okay. You were asked a question before about the ladies' locker room, and I'm looking around the room here, and there are a lot of women here who use the locker room on a regular basis to play cards or to play mahjong or just to go in before they play golf. There's issues in that place that are not long range. They are issues that need to be taken care of now.
And I'm aware of that. We are addressing those issues.
Okay, and it would just be nice if we knew that somebody was paying attention to the things we've asked.
Yes, we are definitely paying attention, and I can see after. I mean, it's hard to send that out to everyone, but it is being addressed. I promise you.
I live near the lake, and that was one of the Lake Pinehurst, and that was one of the appealing aspects when my husband and I moved here in the spring. Could you please tell me when it's going to open?
So right now we're planning on summer of 2019. I think our goal is June 1st. But you know, the plan has changed quite a bit, and if any homeowners in the room have had to go to the village, and when you change plans and you change gears, it does take a little bit of time. So you know, we really don't, we want it open next year just as much as you do. So you know, we apologize for the delay, but we really do feel like when the product opens, I think everyone will be excited about it.
I'd like to know, is anything being done to address the 30-day in advance tea time abuse? I hear more and more people tell me that I'm starting to do it because everybody else does it. And it's gotten to the point, even you have members running an outside tea time business at a 30-day in advance times.
So I can tell you, our goal this year has been to ensure that members had enough tea times. I know Cole will echo me in the room, but we have, obviously it's difficult when you got two tea time systems, but we've got to make it work, and we want to make sure that all the members have enough starting times. That's number one. Now, I'm not sure if everybody's aware. I mean, we can see when each tea time's made, who made it, and how it was made. So we could address it with that. Now, if you book a tea time inside of 30 days, so once you get into 7 days, it's free ball game. So I just want to make sure that everybody in the room knows that, as opposed to when you look at a tea time, it says 4 members there. Depending on when they booked it, is whether they're taking advantage of the system or not. So I will tell you, in regards to the rules and regulations, one of the things that I wanted to do was put the rules and regulations out there. So if I had an issue with a member, I could go to an issue. I could take the issue and address it. If there's an issue with a member here currently at the club, what we do is we send a letter that's saying that there was an issue, and then after that, depending on where you are. So we don't have any problem addressing those issues if they need to be addressed. What I really need, if there's somebody that's doing it and y'all are aware of it and we're not aware of it, please send it to Cole so we can address it, because that's some of the things. The tournament schedule that we run, all the things that we do with lessons, clinics, different things, it's hard for us to sit there every single day and look at the tee sheet, but we try our best, and we try our best to get more tee times as opposed to really finalizing that. But we'll do a better job in 2019, and if you can, like I said, send that to Cole if you know it, or if you want to talk to me about it, I'm happy to address that.
And I appreciate the fact that you bought carts for Course 4, but I'd like to suggest that you could have bought a better brand of cart. The ones that are actually available for use at Course 9 are much more like the high-quality Sun Mountain carts. And when the time comes to upgrade the ones on number 4, you might want to look at those.
Thank you. I think, for us, we wanted to get something, we wanted to open it with something, and we'll reassess and see, but we appreciate that feedback, Ms. Leslie.
Is there anything being done about online billing and book credit online?
So Nancy and I have been looking into it. Again, there's 2 systems. There's an Agilysys system, which is our current resort tee times, and then there's Club Essentials, which the members see. It's an option out there. We're looking into what it costs and how long before it takes that we can get it done. But yes, we are looking into it. We want it just as much. I mean, I can tell you right now, I want it just as much as you do. I mean, we know that the systems that we have are a bit antiquated. We want you to be able to see your tee time. I mean, it would help us from Matt Barksdale will get an email from our controller saying, hey, look at this, So if we can update our systems, we're going to do that. It's just not as fast as you would like or we would like, so.
Question on the hole number 1 of number 5 and the drainage issues there. Is there any chance of addressing that sometime in the future?
I don't know if Bob's left or not, but I'm not sure that I can answer that. I mean, I think, that whole area, it's always, I don't know how long you've been a member here or some of the other members that have been here, but, it's a fall issue. I mean, I'm not a landscaper, I'm not a irrigation specialist, but the land up here goes to there, and so it just drains that way, and I don't know exactly. The good thing about being in the sand hills is it goes away pretty quickly. But I will talk to Bob and see if I can get you an update and go from there. Any other questions?
Same old question.
It's on.
Same old question, any plans for the pit? I know we have a lot on the plate here, but that was a great golf course.
So, in regards to Mr. Devon, I think you can see Mr. Devon's very passionate about this property. You know, as many of us, we love our fathers or our mothers, and I think Mr. Devon's dad loved this place, and I think, you know, he'll continue to put money back into it. He's obviously renovated his home, but I think our goal was to get the core right, and when I say that, we wanted to renovate, you know, 4, you know, obviously we've got Bermuda grass on all golf courses except for number 9. But yes, it's in our communication, it's in our plans. Do we need another golf course? And that's the question. You know, we've got, I don't want to say a declining membership, but the golf members are not as many as they were. And so the tee times, you know, when you look at a golf course, you'd say 40,000 rounds would be kind of a goal for us, and we're just not there yet. So what we want to do is we want to get it right. I mean, simply like the Cradle, what it's done for Pinehurst and the resort and the country club. You know, we want to make sure we get it right. So do we need an 18-hole golf course? Do we need a 15-hole golf course? We kind of want to be, we've got 9 and a Cradle, so we want to do something that's cool and that helps not just another golf course. I'm not sure if that really answers your question, but yes, we're thinking about it and talking about it. I think most of you know that we acquired the Dornock Cottage, which is, you know, Don Ross's house. You know, again, another commitment to what Pinehurst means to Mr. Devon. We've had some folks come in and look at the pit property and try to give us some thoughts on what to do next. So, but yes, it's on our plan.
You touched on this briefly before, but on number 4 with the hand carts and or trolleys, if you've gotten good feedback on that and people like it, is there any chance it's going to migrate to other courses?
So, do I have another no comment, or I think our plan has always been that number 4 would be a trial. I think we've seen that it's worked well for us. You know, I think, you know, right now we're looking at lots of different things. You know, playing fivesomes, playing eightsomes in the afternoon, things like that. You know, being different. But in regards to the pull carts, I would think if we do something, it would be on our cart path only golf courses, which would be 4 and 2. But that has solely just been talk, and I don't want to put that on the line. So we're going to continue it on 4. We'll look at it, we'll readdress and see whether those carts on 4 are the right way to go in the future. You know, I'll be honest with you, I mean, we probably shouldn't even have the pull carts at number 9, but Jay decided to keep them over there after everybody complained about it, and I don't think that was the right move. I think we should have stood by our grounds. But anyway, so they're going to be on number 4 as a trial, and we'll go from there.
Ben, along the thing with the pit, can you confirm or deny or no comment the acquisition of the 2 courses at Forest Creek?
Should I tell them? I don't have any comment, but at this point in time, it would be news to me. Couple more.
Just curious about the pace of play on number 4. I mean, it's really a beautiful golf course. Enjoy it. I've walked it and really enjoyed playing it. But when it gets to 5.5 hours, it's just not fun anymore. And I think I'm not sure exactly why that is, but I have a feeling that the pace of play has to do with the resort guest. And And I'm being told that the marshals out there are not allowed to have a conversation with these fellows about playing so slow. Just curious. I mean, it's just, it's not fun playing a 5.5 hour round of golf.
Good question. So I'm not sure everybody knows, but we do have a pace of play system, Tag Marshall. We have it on 2. We started it on 9 and decided to move it to 4. It's great to have some data to be able to see exactly what hole, how each hole plays. You know, we have had many conversations with Matt, myself, Matt Barksdale, Bob Perrin. You know, the golf course, the first couple holes of the first 6 holes of the golf course are pretty tough. You know, you play 1 and then you got a kind of a reachable part 5 on number 2. And so, you know, we've identified some areas that we feel that we can help. You know, I think when you talk about 5.5 hours, I mean, we're looking at minutes. So how can we assist in adding or taking away minutes of the golf course? So what can we do to do that? I know we've done a few. We added some benches out there. We moved a few cart paths. You know, we've identified a couple holes that maybe could help with tee boxes. But again, we're going to do our best in regards to the Rangers. That's pretty funny. But the Rangers can absolutely have conversations and should. And we started that process with them. We're going to do some role play with them in December so they understand exactly what we're looking to do. I mean, it's a challenging job. I mean, I do not want to be a starter Ranger. It's a hard job. And, you know, but it's all in how you address the situation. And I think Matt and his team, David Galinsky and the team, we've identified, you know, we want to make sure we've got the right team out there on number 4 in regards to starter Rangers. And but I think you'll see some improvement in 2019. It's ready.
Yeah. Is there any way to get just view access of the times on the cradle?
You know, we talked about it, and it's available to us. And Matt and I, obviously Matt's been here for 6 months now, and you know, he's still learning his way. And there's some things that we've talked about. You know, I think from a membership perspective, I think the cradle tee times, I think everybody in the room thinks, doesn't it work the way it is? I mean, do y'all have trouble getting tee times on the cradle? So I mean, I think that's one of the things too we look at. I mean, I know you want to see it. One of the other things we're looking into as well. So we've had some thoughts about, you know, if let's say BMW was playing at number 8, number 4, and things like that, there is a way that we can go on there and put what's happening on the course. I would say right now it's going to be a smaller transition. So when it said, you know, you don't see any tee times, but if you look up a little bit, it'll say BMW or, you know, the CGA event. So we're working on those things. Again, that's another great thing about me kind of knowing the golf operations and being involved in that, because I think now we have the ability to change it. And we're listening to you. So it doesn't answer your question that much. I don't know if it'll happen next year, but you know, we have the capability to make it happen.
Ben, one of the great courses we have is number 6. And for 12 years I've heard upgrades to number 6 has been always in the long range plan every year. Can you tell us what the plan is in either the immediate or the near term or the long range plan for upgrading the facilities at number 6, which would include maybe some landscaping as you come into the clubhouse? Thank you.
Good question. You know, obviously I think everybody in the room knows, I mean, you know, number 6's conditioning is the best it's ever been, and the course, the driving range and the practice facility, Bob and Kevin and Jerry, those guys have done a fantastic job out there. I would say that we are just as concerned or, you know, somewhat embarrassed about the facility out there in regards to the halfway house and the golf shop. So it's on our minds, on our forefront. It's hard for me to tell you. I kind of underpromise, and I try to underpromise and overdeliver as opposed to overpromising and underdelivering. But like I said, we've had some deep conversations about it, and we're thinking about it. In regards to the landscaping, I think we know we need another sign out there as opposed to a little small white sign. that's by the tennis courts. You know, we'd like to get the pickleball courts in a different area. There's a lot. There's a lot to it. Jay was working hard on getting someone to trade some land out. So it's a big conversation, and Matt and I will get together and talk about it some more. Thank you. All right, it's after 7. Hope I answered everybody's questions. Again, thank the Board of Governors, all the members for coming tonight, and we'll be